Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to give you guys a quick layout tour. This is the Northern Virginia Model Railroaders located in Vienna, Virginia, just southwest of Washington, D.C. This layout is 50 years old. The club itself is 75 years old. We occupy the old Washington and Old Dominion station in Vienna, which was built in 1850. So here you can see the entire layout. The way this layout is designed is there is a double track main line that runs the entire bottom around the layout. So here we've got our double track main line here, and that runs all the way around the bottom of the layout. We consider that the red and the blue lines. The red and the blue make up the loop, whereas the gold line makes up the actual run of the layout itself, which is a multi-tiered deck. The layout is modeled on the S line between Salisbury, North Carolina and Asheville, North Carolina. This was owned and operated by the Southern Railway and is currently owned by Norfolk Southern. The layout is designed for late 1950s, early 1960s, which would be the transition era. There are several club-owned steam engines, turntable, roundhouse, as well as a diesel engine facility back here. So all of this is club-owned equipment. It stays here and it helps to model the early 1960s, late 1950s. So we'll do a quick walk around. When we have open houses, this area right here is what's open to the public, but nothing else. So today we will give you guys a quick tour of what's underneath the layout. So this is ground level at the layout. So as you can see, everything is built up from the ground. There's the front door, there's the main entrance, everything is underneath. So here we have our workbench down here. Every tool you could think of. All the equipment is kept up with by club members. You are also able to work on your own equipment down here. Over here in the corner is our programming desk. We have a lock programmer, JMRI. So this is all club owned, but members have full access to this club 24/7. So do a quick walk around down here. This is a Digitrax layout. Everything is DCC. And if you will go over here, here's all the stuff. Yeah, that's impressive. So now let's talk a little bit about the layout. So like I had said, the red and the blue lines make up a loop. They go around the layout and they come down here to our staging yard. We call this Washington, Atlanta. So these two tracks right here are those loop tracks. There's 9 tracks back here. Let me see. Goes all the way around. Everything else back here is staging. We're currently in the middle of making this look like the Potomac Yard in Washington, just south in Alexandria. So as you can see, the club is starting to come up with pictures showcasing what this area could look like. And then just a big loop comes right back out. So here's our Salisbury yard, 35 feet long. This is the starting point. As you can see, I have 2 of my own trains sitting here. They've been running around earlier today. The layout is completely controlled with panels through JMRI Panel Pro. So these are just simple tablets. So here we have Spencer Yard. So Salisbury Station and Salisbury is here. And Spencer Yard is over here. So all of our switches are thrown with the tablets. You can circle through different areas everywhere on the layout. So this is a very, very nice feature we have here. You can control every turnout for the whole layout from these tablets. And these tablets, there's roughly 12 of them on the layout. So it's a very, very nice thing to have. So now let's talk about the gold line, which is the actual run of the layout itself. Starts right here coming out of the Spencer Yard. You get your train, you come out of Spencer Yard, and you take the Y. So this Y is what leads you uphill. So you take that double track main into the mountain. The mountain leads you into a helix, and it is 1 revolution of this helix. It goes around 1 time. It comes out up here in Majolica, North Carolina. So right here is where the 2 come out right here. And then it comes down through here to give you a single track. So right here, the layout goes single track up here for the rest of the way. Goes underneath Paper Company and back out to here. So just to give you a quick look of where we are on the layout, we are above the yard, above the main level. So after the train leaves Majolica, it comes up into the helix and takes a quarter curve and comes up here to Statesville. So the train will come out here, out of this tunnel right here, and we'll come into Statesville. So here's Statesville Station. It goes up and into the tunnel. And behind this tunnel is another helix. So I'll take you guys down and show you the helix. So here's our second helix on this side. Train comes out here, does 2 revolutions, and it comes up here to Clinch Cross. Train will come out here, coming through Clinch Cross. And the reason why this is called Clinch Cross is right here as it intersects with the Clinchfield Railroad. So this is the Clinchfield. The Clinchfield is a coal loop that just runs coal trains down here on this single loop. This is mainly used for open houses just to continue running trains. So right here, we cross over the Clinchfield and head up here, past the rock quarry, into another helix. So from there, it goes around the helix and comes out here into Old Fort. So this is considered Old Fort. And there it comes back to single track and through the loops. So this is the Old Fort Loops. Comes up, does a nice figure 8, comes up to here, into the tunnel, and goes up the hill there. This is roughly a 4% grade. It is quite steep. This is where trains come to die on the layout, unfortunately. So once the train clears the Old Fort loops, it goes into Coleman, which is a passing siding at the top of the loops, which is on the far side up there, you can kind of see. And then it comes around here. There's a little behind the scenes. Through the loops into Ridgecrest. So now we are at the top of the layout. So for Ridgecrest, this is the highest point of the layout. We have two passing sidings right here. And through Ridgecrest, it goes back downhill through Rattlesnake Mountain, comes around the helix, and go back down now. And it comes out right here at Rattlesnake Mountain, comes down through here, across this viaduct, and then to Swannanoa. There's a passing siding here in Swannanoa with a transload facility, a lumber yard, and a small quarry. And from there we go back into the mountain. So now we're gonna go back over here, and go back upstairs. So here we are at Ridgecrest again. Underneath Ridgecrest is Asheville. So this is where the train comes out from Swannanoa and into here. This is Asheville Yard. And this is the end of the layout. So here's Asheville Station. When trains come into Asheville, they're able to come through the yard, unload, pick up, whatever they need to do. And then there's a reversing loop. So this outside track here runs around and it comes out here. So down there is a reversing loop. Trains come back, turn around, and they head right back through Asheville. And then from there, they go back down the layout. So here's a cool overhead look of the Northern Virginia model railroaders. I appreciate everybody taking the time to watch this video today. I will be posting another video that follows the Norfolk Southern train through the layout to give a better description of what actually goes on. Thanks, guys.